Hello everyone, we are in the 2023 Expedition Max that I also own that has 275 55 R20 Falken Wildpeak A T4Ws on it. As well, I have a set of 285 65 R20s on my F350 Super Duty. I want to talk a little bit about these. They have about 12 or 13,000 miles now, something like that, and they have just been an absolute dream this wintertime. We went through many snowstorms going to doctor's appointments or to family endeavors or up to the cabin or just around in general going to see people, and they perform flawlessly. And now it is springtime in Michigan, so it cycles between 38 degrees and 50 degrees, and then one day it's 80 degrees and generally rain. And they are performing exceptionally, especially considering the fact that they're not new tires. We're getting probably closer to about 15,000 miles now in these tires, and they still have excellent water dispersion capability. We're doing about 75 mile an hour right now. It was just a big rain squall, and that's what made me think like, oh, I should make a video about, because I was thinking these things perform quite well in the rain, and they still do even know that they're not new. Generally, in my experience, your best time with a tire is 20,000 miles and less. You might be able to say 25,000 miles and less is your best time with a tire with some tires. We'll see how these things do, but no matter what, when you wear a quarter of the tread away, you're going to have a loss of hydroplaning stability or hydroplaning prevention stability, and also lateral stability, braking stability, that kind of stuff. When you lose some tread, you're going to lose some of that, and the siping gets shallower. So we'll see how this does this coming wintertime, and we will do some snow testing and whatnot. But I can say for sure that after a very uneventful wintertime, and by that I mean we drove through a lot of nasty storms. Christmas Eve, it wasn't Christmas Eve. A couple days before Christmas, we went to the one side of the family's Christmas party, stopped over at my parents' house, and between talking and my daughter playing with my mom, it turned into like midnight driving home in a nasty snowstorm, and about 90 miles of driving back home from Detroit area. And they performed absolutely excellently. So just like my truck, where I highly recommend the T4Ws, and no, I do not have any association with Falken. They have no idea who I am, and I pay full price for my tires. I say that, but I get a pretty good deal at Bell Tire, who I also am not associated with, but I highly recommend Bell Tire. At least my local location has excellent techs, honest front desk people who try and get you a good deal, and quickly. When you say you want tires, they generally have you tires within 2 days, might be 4 days if it's a really unique tire, but they try to get you taken care of really quick. And the other thing is their road force balancers and the people who are trained to use them, which is by far the most important part. Good equipment goes a long way, but a moron who doesn't know how to use the equipment, it never works out very well. At least in my experience, Bell Tires have excellent equipment and people who know how to balance a tire. I am very picky about that, and that's one thing to bring up too. At this mileage, which let's just say it's probably a little bit north of 12,000 miles, they are still very much, we're doing 75 mile an hour. Steering wheel is totally in check. I mean, hands off, we're going dead straight. Like, these tires are dead nuts balanced, perfect. This whole chassis is just, still hands-free, 75, totally straight, still doesn't move. Nothing but really excellent things to say about the tires. And also, if you guys are Expedition watchers, and let me know if you guys are tuning in for reasons of Expedition. I have no problem making more videos about the Expedition. It's just that I haven't seen that a lot of people are into Expeditions. But if there's some out there that want to see about my Expedition, I am more than happy to make more driving videos, towing videos, things like that. If anyone wants to see anything on Expedition, we can definitely make that happen. Just let me know in the comment section. If you have any questions about tire sizes, and just so you know, when I got these tires, I could have obviously gone up a size and been okay. And it could be advisable in terms of the more sidewall you have with a 275 55 20. You don't have a huge amount of sidewall. I highly recommend with any of these lower profile tires being very careful about potholes and pavement heaves. You do not want to have a pinch flat or damage a rim with 20s. Be very careful with 20s. I didn't want to disrupt the excellent handling and braking dynamics of this vehicle with my all-terrain set of tires, and I'm happy to report that this thing is just as much fun to throw into a corner and brake late for a corner and come out of a corner hard. If you guys have any interest in Expedition, like I said, but these things are Expeditions are amazing in terms of their ability to be a work truck, a four-wheel drive vehicle, and a family hauler that actually is really fun to drive. And on a twisty road, it is actually more at home than you think. And these tires, even though they are legitimate all-terrain tires, and these are 3P graded tires, they are quite fun on dry pavement, or even if the pavement's a little bit wet, they still have very excellent lateral and braking stability and acceleration capabilities. So excellent tire on a great vehicle. And I did keep what I was getting at with all that. I kept the stock tire size when I ordered these tires. I didn't want to disrupt anything at all with this vehicle because it handles so well. I remember when we first test drove one of these, we didn't want to give it back. It was one of those things where we left the dealership and it felt so perfect for us. It had the space we wanted. It had the comfort, the quiet, the handling dynamics that I like. Being that I always had performance cars, I don't want to give that up in my daily driver. I want to still be able to pitch it into a corner if I come up to one of the few curvy roads that Michigan has in its lower half. I want to be able to enjoy a twisty road. And if I make this vehicle in the mountains, if you ever made it out west with this vehicle, or out south, east, whatever, found the Appalachians or whatever mountains you want to get into, you would have a riot in this vehicle, even if you are into performance cars and you are more accustomed to a high performance automobile. So these tires are not detracting at all from a very high quality handling vehicle with excellent brakes and good chassis dynamics, even in bumps. It's a very settled chassis. You can throttle on in a corner. The rear end doesn't try and step out on you. You can be extremely aggressive for the fact this is an SUV with 9,000 pounds of towing capacity. Oh, and the blind spot and cross. Now, I will say, these stupid self-driving, which I don't use, I have them all turned off, and I never use any of that. But there's this teeny bit of rain, and the sensors are like, oh, no, we can't do it. How about we just drive our own vehicles? We don't have electronic rigmarole controlling our vehicle. I want to just, use my paws and my hands and control everything just myself. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the very quick little bit of rain review, and I was kind of hoping when I was making this it was going to start downpouring again out of nowhere, and then we'd drive right into that. But I think it's 7 minutes, and at this point in the conversation, just take my word on it. If you think that I'm lying, then I'm sorry that you think that. I would never, ever misrepresent reality to my viewers. That's not what I'm here for. Everyone take care. If you have any interest in expeditions or you like this video, hit like, comment down below. Remember to subscribe if you would like to. It helps to get my content out to the people that want to see it. So subscriptions definitely help. Take care of yourself and have a great day.